Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to Overlord. It is Season 2, Episode 12. And you know what to do. As always, if you want to see the reaction itself, go down into my description. You will find a link, replace the circumflex dot parts with real dots, and enjoy the full reaction. So, once you've done, please come back here, hear out my thoughts. I will see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now, that was an interesting episode, right? I liked it. So, something's going on. No question there. Why the heck is Demiurge setting a part of the city in flames, even though it's not real flames? I guess we will learn about that. So, he now names himself Juldabauto, if I got that correctly. It is differently written than it is pronounced, so it's a bit complicated for me. So I guess he took that name, you know, just so that people have a name to call him by, because he cannot call himself Demiurge. If you know someone's name, that may give you a little bit of power. And Momoa nearly slipped there. That was weak. That was weak, Lord Heinz. Slipping on the name. Whatever. Let's see. He started off by presenting himself to Momoa, and Evil Eye requested the help of Lord Momoa, of the Raven Black Adventurer. And then instantly, and I like that, instantly afterwards, she was like, I cannot do that, he will die he will die too. So she's some kind of good, you know? And strange. And not living, as we know by now. Because she said that her what is this feeling? My heart stopped a long time ago beating. How can I feel this again? So I can only guess she's some kind of an undead or something like that. Which is possibly why she's hiding her face. I'm not sure there. So it gives us an explanation why she got her power levels so far up as well. That's interesting. And she is falling for the Raven Black Adventurer. I mean, he's big, he's burly, he's strong. He stands for the good against the evil. Yeah, typical Shining Knight. And she even later on mentions something like, when he puts her under his arm, she's like, the Shining Knight keeping me in his embrace of protection. Holy heck. I can only guess someone got some of those novels about knights, princesses, and dragons. Waiting for the dragon. So that turned strange, no question. And so Demiurge and Momoa were fighting, but not giving full potential, which is okay. So just to show that they are fighting against each other, that Momoa is defending Evil Eye, and then Demiurge just pulled out and flew away. But not without promising to set a part of the city on hellfire. So and he even gave a reason why he's there. Typical evil one, you know, like laying out his plan. So he said there is kind of an artifact in the city that summons them there. I am not sure if this is just a lie to keep to have a reason why they are there. I mean, it possibly is. The reason that they were there was to rescue Tuare, and they done this in this episode. So he would have no more reason to be there, but now they were spotted, and people survived. So he needs a valid reason why a high-class demon, and I mean he is possibly the high-class demon, is appearing in this city. So he states there's an artifact. Either there is something, and that is an additional thing he wants to check. I remember that 2 episodes ago, he said in the end of the episode, there's something in the city he wants to check. So something caught his attention. So it might very well be that there is something like that. Or the other option is, once the heroes made it in, he pulls out and they can see that he has some kind of an artifact with him, which he just brought from Nazareth, you know? Might work as well. Both options are valid, I think. However, all of this will become more and more interesting once Albedo and Shalltear realize the fact that there's another girl falling for Momoa in this case. She's falling for Momoa. She's not falling for Lord Irons because she doesn't know. But that doesn't matter at all. I think that Albedo especially will just go crazy. Seriously, I don't see that this poor Evil Eye will survive. She will possibly just try to rip her into half. So he defended her, and I'm not sure. She has those moments when she triggers into, let's call it girly fantasy land. And then we have those, like in this picture here, we have those glowing lights around her, and her voice changes a little bit and everything. That might be just to explain what's happening and just to showing that she's like falling and everything. But it might be a magical effect as well, because a similar thing is the exact opposite. When Momoa has too much emotions, then we have this green glow which calms him down, his racial ability. So question is if there's something like that here happening. I'm not sure. We will see. However, I think Evil Eye might be someone who might be interesting for the Tomb of Netherrick. She was strong enough to beat Antoma. So, yeah, she had a bit of help. But in the end, it was, I think, mainly her anti-vermin spell. And then we had the very interesting and very short fight in the other part of the town, where our three adventurers, the three boys who are back in town, walk in to rescue Tuares. So it was a trap. It was, I thought it was Zero, but it wasn't. It was Succulent. I completely forgot about him. I really thought he was still in the prison, and they haven't gotten him out yet. But they got him out already, and he placed an illusion on himself. What I like is the fact that he was still wearing the maiden outfit. So it helps his illusion if he is even dressed properly. So in the end we had Succulent, and when he's going to be put into the grave somewhere in the future, he's wearing a maiden's outfit. Interesting one. So it was him, and Brain realized it. I wasn't sure when they got Tuare out of the prison. She was always looking down, you know, and there was this moment when Brain looked at her, and I thought, okay, I think he saw through it, and he's not saying to see where this game is going, you know, because if he would say it now, then Succulent possibly would have just stabbed Climb, because Climb wasn't aware. So I guess Brain played along to be able to find the moment to tell the other two about this trap, and to see where Succulent wants to go with this trick. So, yeah, then when Zero came around the corner, he more neither one-punched our thief, which I haven't written down the name this time. Let me see. Nope. Lockmeyer it is. I will write him down now, just because he already survived 2 episodes. Which is more than most others do. Well, then they faced him, easily said. So Zero was a monk. Pretty high class, it seems. And I really liked the design. I liked the idea of these animal spirits he can summon to increase his powers. So summoning the strength of the lion and of the eagle, possibly for the vision and everything. So that was a nice idea. It was very nicely shown. I liked it. And then he died. He put up quite a fight against Brain, because his hands can parry even blades. That's tough. And possibly, I mean, he was a bit showing off, but I think he might have been able to punch through Brain's defense. He seemed to have thought about something there, and he wasn't powered up completely at this moment, as he was later on against Sebas. So I think he would have taken Brain out. While Climb and Lockmeyer took out Succulent, which once again shows how important support classes can be. So the thief himself did not do much in fighting style, but he did support Climb. So he removed the illusions, he possibly threw like a debuff potion, something like that, on Succulent. I'm not sure, it was a guess at least. and then they got him down. So it's 2-on-1, and together they were able to take Succulent. And then Sebas just showed up, and he is posing like hell. I'm still not sure what to think about it. I like it because it's pretty cool if he, in this case, one kicks a person, but he took the blow completely before and showed not a scratch. And there we are again at this moment where I'm like, come on, Sebas, it seems to be your attitude. Just stay cool and look cool seems to be majorly important to him. But you now have 3 people who at least one of them knows very well how strong Zero was. And he powered himself up. He pushed everything in. And you did not even protect yourself. You did not defend yourself at all. You just stood there like a brick wall and took it. And you have no scratch, nothing. And then you one kick him and he's dead. So, in this moment, then even later on stating, oh man, I'm just maybe slightly bit higher level than him. No man, no chance. In this moment, I think every fighter, every adventurer would know, okay, this old guy is not normal. He is not in any normal levels anymore. He's at least adamantium class. So let's, possibly more, as we know he is. So, if you are adamantium class, how come no one ever heard of you? So, once again, in my opinion, Sebas is drawing attention. That is really a thing he should work on. That is really dangerous. It is okay this time because those 3 kind of owe him. They work together for a while now, except for Lockmeyer, who maybe in the future tell someone about it. But the other 2 will possibly stay quiet because they honor Sebas. But still, this kind of showing off is not necessary and might be a danger. Not in the meaning of the fight, but in the meaning of giving information. And maybe one day in the future you will meet someone who is able to hide his true power, and then he will kill you with such a punch. Hopefully not. So, yeah, I'm not so happy with... It's cool, but I'm not completely happy with the way Sebas is handling his powers. So then we had Albedo and Momoa talk a little bit, and they, in the end, they cleared the area. They had a small talk. It was not Albedo, sorry. It was I am searching for words. Slimy, what's your name? I always forget you. No. Solution. Crap it. I always forget her name. I don't know why. Solution. Send a message, I guess, to Demiurge, possibly. And they had like a little barrier created so that Evil Eye couldn't listen to them. What I like is the fact that Momo thinks he knows what Evil Eye is thinking. And Solution already mentioned that it is something about feelings, So I guess Solution gets it, but I'm pretty sure Momoa doesn't. Because we had even a scene later on where he really didn't get the fact that she is, well, wouldn't say falling in love with him, although she's on the way. But it is this high praising, she puts him on a pedestal. So, and she is about to fall in love with him, and then he will have another girl on his back. So, I don't think Momoa gets that one. I like the fact that how Momoa got into all of this, because you remember my last discussion. I really thought like that cannot be Momoa. He said he is away, he's busy, he has no time. So who is it? Is it an illusion? Is it something created? And I thought about it in the beginning of this episode. It could be Pandora's actor as well. And no, it is Momoa, because he was on the way to the king, which I waited for, the meeting with the king. And when he saw this big fight below him, he was like, hey, I'm the major adventurer here. That's a cool way to introduce myself into the capital, so I will just jump down, clean this, no problem, because I am me. And then I can go to the king. And by doing so, he jumped into the plans of Demiurge. seeing that this was not planned, both of them pretty well acted and pretty well adapted to the situation. So Momoa adapted by just saying, who of you is the one I have to fight? Which is a clever way, because if Demiurge would have been in trouble, unlikely but possible, then Demiurge would have said, you have to fight her, I'm in trouble. And he would have done it, you know. But thus this isn't the case. He could set himself on the side of the good adventurers, fight against Demiurge, who knows the potential of both of them. And Demiurge can show off some minor skills, as it seems, which still were pretty nice. And Momoa is once again proven to be a high-class adventurer who is able to stand even against this high-class demon. So they played it out pretty well. I have to give it to Demiurge that he instantly came up with a name. Question is if it is maybe a secondary name of his or something. And put out a plan and everything. So yeah, he really adapted fast. No question there. And then they went back to the princess and for the meeting there to plan the attack. The one thing we heard before from Evil Eye is, however, the fact that she is hundreds of years old. So I am not sure. It might be she's just an adventurer who evolved in this world and is high class by now. But seeing that she's hundreds of years old, she might as well be a player from Yggdrasil. Because we heard of the dragon who turned that he was hundreds of years ago in this world already, and I think he was in this armor, so he changed. We know from the old woman that gave the ring that she is there multiple hundred years. And thus some of you can't contain themselves and are trying to spoil me. I know that the kingdom, not the kingdom, the empire, not the empire. Theocracy was the word. Seems to have been founded by players from Yggdrasil. So, and all of this is in the past. So it seems that it might be an option. She is as well, and like the dragon had the problem in the past that the body is dying while the player is still there. You know, maybe she changed into whatever she is now. Might be an option, but I would like it if she isn't. If she is not a player, but just a really great, in potential, I mean, character in the world. We will see. So, let's see. We now know that Lachius is able to raise dead. 5th level spell, very powerful, very high for a human, highest possible at all, as far as I know. So it is the highest hero class spell anyone is able to. So that's why I didn't count it in. I really thought those two were dead forever, but they will be back. Yay! And Momoa was interested, which I can understand. So he wanted to check once again what kind of effects are there. Will people lose level? What will you need for it? You know. And it costs life essence, which means you are completely weak for a while. Possibly for weeks or months, I guess. Which I think will be really bad for Gagaran. She will really hate that one. Seeing the way that she acts normally. She's a big and strong one, you know. That might be a problem. Flames of Gehenna, yeah. So there was one thing when they pulled out the fact that Evil Eye was able to beat Entoma, nearly got Solution and Momoa freaked out. You know, like, okay, we are killing you. If she would have killed Entoma, they would possibly have attacked her, you know. But she didn't because Demiurge interfered, so they could calm down again. The thing is with Evil Eye wearing this mask, you never know what she's seeing. So you never know if she's maybe looking at them, you know, when she looks sideways, that she's like looking sideways and seeing you and your facial expressions. Because for Momoa, you couldn't see it properly. He has a mask as well, the helmet. But for Solution, you could see what she was thinking on her face. Very good. So that I hope she didn't catch it. I think she didn't catch it. Then, well, as I said, we had the Flames of Gehenna being cast on a part of the town. As it seems there are minor demons inside, so Demiurge summoned some, just to keep the adventurers busy. Flames are not real, so it's more like, this is my area. If you enter my circle, welcome to hell. And, well, strange is that there are some civilians inside. But to me, that feels very much like, how to say that? Demiurge knows, okay, we have adventurers outside. Now we set up a nice adventurers map. So level 1, level 2, to improve yourself, weak demons, a little bit smarter demons, and so on. In the middle it is me, the end enemy with the artifact you want, and you can additionally rescue some civilians if you want to. It feels like one of those games, you know? So, strange, but entertaining. They take in Momoa, so he has to move in together with Evil Eye to face Demiurge, because he was the only one who could ever face him so far. And seeing the level of Evil Eye, it makes sense. There's no one else, possibly. So they can play it out in the end very fine as well, as they already did. They just have to find a good reason why Demiurge is pulling out then and is being beaten without him being killed. All of the plan is made by the princess, where you can from time to time see again her intelligence, because she takes everything into consideration. She even thought, and I wouldn't have thought about that, about the fact that the families may have been split to keep them in there, to keep them from running away. I would have never thought about that. That's a clever one. So she already thought about that. And she made groups. She sends in the troops from the kingdom as well. So that's going to be a full-fledged little attack in the city. And she sends in Climb as well. And as we later on know, out of very selfish reasons. Which may not work out the way she thinks, as it seems. Because there is the ring. The one ring. So Gazov Stronghoff, as we know from one of the episodes in the beginning of the series, I think it was even episode 1 or 2, has this ring, which she was given by the old lady living together with the dragon. And she stated there is one of those youngsters, and Gazov is not the youngest one, and I gave this ring to him. So it's a minor or maybe medium artifact, I can't really say. However, it gives you the ability to put away the shackles of your race and of your class. So you can go over what you normally can achieve. You can break the gold cap in this case. So for Stronghoff, it is possibly the reason why he got so strong as well. The ring doesn't increase your power as far as I know. It just gives you the option to go higher. And he gave it to Climb. And I mean, that is... I ask myself, why? I mean, okay, he fought with him once. And he was okay. He knows that Brain likes him and they are like comrades right now. So maybe that's the reason. And Climb was busy in the city multiple times doing good things. So maybe that's the reason. But still, that is a big thing to give, even to lend, you know? He's just lending it to him. But even then, that is a very big thing. It is possibly the most major artifact he has at all. I mean, just by what it can do. So, Climb has his ring now, which means he can go further. And this might interfere with the plans of the princess, rather. So she wants... I'm not saying she wants him to die, but she takes it into consideration and is okay with it, because he then will be resurrected by Lachesis and, as we know, will be weak. And she wants him to be like a baby in the end. The little pet boy she can care about, she can feed and make her stronger again. He is her puppet, but not in the meaning that she is puppeteering him. It's really like a doll. He is like her doll. And he's not aware of it yet. That may change. So, well, she's thick. But we will see what's coming out of it. The one question that stays for me is, where's Lacus going? Because all of this plan is pretty nice, but if Lacus is going in, which she possibly will, being an adventurer, she might die. And then there's no resurrection. So, next time, we will see, hopefully, this evolving, whatever is going on there. Question is where all the others are from the tomb right now, which were in the mix as well, because they haven't shown up yet. They were on different places to raid down the 8 fingers, and we haven't seen them fighting, which was not necessary, because we had all of the arms already down now. So all the other parts possibly really put up no challenge at all. But still, there are some out, and I really would have liked to see, as example, C42 fight. That would have been nice. Next time will be this Flames of Gehenna for sure. And maybe already the end of this arc. Although I guess it will be one more episode after this. Yeah. And a little bit more of nice fighting from friends, side by side and against each other. That will be entertaining, I guess. That's it for this time. I hope you liked. I did for sure. And more to come. As always, please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next episode. Until then, my name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.